My favorite ones comes from San Marie, California. This guy and girl were on a date. They went to a movie. Christians, don't worry, it was a good movie. Rated G, Bambi, Part 3. That's a good flick. Could you imagine if the creators and producers of Jason or Freddy would have got a hold of a good movie like Bambi? It'd be like this: Bambi, Part 3. Bambi kills Thumper. Make sure you pick out movies that go along with your family and their values. They're sitting there, just start dating. They're kind of nervous. I don't know what it is about our anatomy, but when we get nervous, we need to go to the restroom. But the guy was a real gentleman, so he said, "Excuse me, I need to go to the restroom." By the way, that word gentleman seems to be disappearing in America today. Yep. The only time I see the word gentleman is on a restroom door. Oh, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of wimps in society that won't stand up for what they believe is right. And even in 2012, there's still a lot of macho guys who think it's not manly to show an emotion or an embrace or a tear. But there's not a lot of gentle, compassionate, sensitive men who are gentle enough to be strong and strong enough to be gentle. And yet every time I say that, there's girls in the audience that are like, "Where is he?" Guys, well, I got to tell you this. I was in Florida, and I shared you never see the word gentleman. This youth group came back and said, "Bob, we saw the word gentleman." I'm like, "Well, yeah, on the restroom door." They said, "No, it was a big sign." I'm like, "Really?" They said, "Yeah, it said Gentlemen's Club." Isn't that sad that that's where that name is gone? Guys, in the name of Jesus, let's take the word gentleman back home to us. Let's be gentlemen. Let's show them what it's like. So he was a gentleman, said, "Excuse me," got up, went to the restroom, no problem, came back, sat down. He said, "But Bob, when I sat down, I realized my fly was open." He said, "What do? You can't zip up your zipper sitting in a theater seat." He said, "I don't want to stand up and say, 'Excuse me,' for a minute." He said, "I know what I'll do. I'll ask her if she wants some popcorn or some soda. If she says yes, I'll put my hand in my zipper, stand up, zip it up, walk away, no problem. You want some popcorn or some soda?" She says, "Sure." So he puts his hand in the zipper, stands up, zips it up, no problem, starts walking out. All of a sudden, the girl in front of him, her hair was stuck in his zipper. What can the guy do? Did you ever get something stuck in your zipper? You go, "I'm sorry, here's your hair back." He's trying to get loose. What could the girl do? She could walk out like this. "Let's go." True story. The usher heard the commotion. The usher came down the aisle with a flashlight. The usher saw what was going on. He turned on the lights, turned off the movie, and in front of a packed theater got a pair of scissors and cut her hair from his zipper. Said when it was done, the whole theater stood up and gave him a standing ovation. I can't imagine. Please hear me. Every one of these are true. I was at a camp. The 16-year-old big football player came up and said, "Bob, I have an embarrassing moment." I'm like, "Tell, I love these." He said, "Mine's not funny." I said, "What is it?" He said, 2 weeks before I came to camp, I found out my parents were getting divorced. He said, "Bob, I know it happens to a lot of people, but it still hurts. I'm supposed to be this big football player, but I just cried and cried. But a friend who had been through the same thing was there for me, and I thought I was doing pretty good, till 2 days before I left for camp." He said, "My dad came to me and said the reason him and Mom got divorced is he found a new girlfriend."